for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremation since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Graveside service for Kathleen Howard, age 91 of Weguffka, will be this morning at 11 o'clock at Unity Cemetery in Weguffka, with the Reverend Charles Sims officiating. Online condolences at CurtisandSonFH.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Mrs. Howard died July 29th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Many of you may remember her as Miss Kitty, who was in a restaurant business for a number of years here in the South Talladega County area. Graveside service for Kathleen Howard will be this morning at 11 o'clock at Unity Cemetery in Weguffka. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Mr. Samuel Chapman, Jr., age 77, is Tuesday, August 1st at New Maryland Baptist Church in Alpine at 2 o'clock, with the Reverend Eric Richardson officiating. Burial in the church cemetery. Visitation is today from 1 until 8 at the funeral home. Mr. Chapman died July 26th at Fairview Health and Rehab Center in Birmingham. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Mr. Clyde Perkins, age 92, died Saturday at his residence. Funeral arrangements are pending. They'll be announced by Radley Smith Funeral Home. Memorial service for Frankie McGrady, age 63, will be Wednesday at 2 p.m. from Radley Smith Funeral Home Chapel, with Chaplain Mark Ledbetter officiating. Mr. McGrady died Friday, July 28th at his residence in Talladega. Visitation Wednesday from 1 until 2 at the funeral home. In lieu of flowers, the family asks that contribution be made to the Children's Hospital of Alabama. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for James Harold Williams, age 73 of Sycamore, is today at 2 o'clock from the chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home, with Brother Rodney Frost officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Mr. Williams died Friday at his residence. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga, directing. Funeral service for Mr. Harold Clark Dunham, age 77 of Goodwater, is Tuesday at 3:30 from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City. Burial in the Smyrna Cemetery. The family receiving friends tonight, 5 until 8 at the funeral home. Mr. Dunham died Saturday, July 29th at Russell Medical Center. He owned and operated Dunham Auto Parts at one time, and he was also a bus driver for the Coosa County school system for many years. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Ethelene Hancock, age 85, is Tuesday at 1 o'clock from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Pastors Roger Green and Adam Sanford officiating. Burial in the Hackneyville Cemetery. The family receiving friends tonight at the funeral home from 5 until 7. Mrs. Hancock died Saturday, July 29th at her residence. She was a member of the Hackneyville Baptist Church. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home, Alexander City, directing. Rhonda Calhoun Ray, age 57, died July 28th at her residence. Service will be at noon today at Dry Valley Baptist Church, with the Reverend Rodney Prickett officiating. Burial in the adjoining cemetery. The family will receive friends from 10 a.m. until service time at the church today. Online condolences at earthstreetfuneralhome.com. Flowers are accepted or donations can be made to the Dry Valley Cemetery. Earth Street Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. These obituaries presented by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361 for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremations. Since 1975, it's been Curtis & Son Funeral Home. Continues to be that today. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.